If you come out to Comic-Con in San Diego, what is the most important thing you do? Collaborate with local restaurants. Bill Oakley, one of the most popular guys down at Comic-Con, made his way out to Spring Valley to Cali BBQ because you're going to teach us how to reverse sear tri-tip. Is that right?
I'm going to teach you.
Yes.
That's right. Yes.
That's right. So we're bringing you behind the scenes. Bill Oakley is going to teach you how to reverse sear tri-tip. You had your own event here.
Yes. One of the, probably the last time I was at Comic-Con was for a show called Mission Hill, which Josh and I created after we left The Simpsons. It was sort of a Simpsons-like show that aired on the WB and then on Adult Swim. About the show was canceled, but then it built up this incredible fan base over years being on Adult Swim. This is the 25th anniversary of the show.
Wow.
We've been traveling around the country showing it in movie theaters and doing Q&A with fans and so forth. And we had one here for Comic-Con last night. It was a big success.
And what do you do on Instagram?
On Instagram, well, I'm a food influencer, Shawn.
Food influencer. You can watch his Restaurant Influencers interview. We got to tour the National Restaurant Association show. We'll put the link into the comments.
Sort of started out as a hobby, but now it's become my second career. Sort of. And it's now become my second career, honestly, and I've always been very interested in food. I make videos that sometimes are a little funny about food. I also appear on TV shows like The Food That Built America on the History Channel and write articles for various places about food as well. So it's become kind of a second career for me that doesn't pay anything.
It doesn't pay anything. We're working on it. We're working on the brand deal. So if you're a brand and you want a creator like Bill, let's talk. But more importantly, let's go have Bill show us how to reverse sear California tri-tip. Come on in. Bill is going to show us the proper way to reverse sear tri-tip. So California tri-tip, these have been cooking in the smoker for an hour and a half, 225 degrees. Now they're gonna go over to the Weber kettle, and we are burning the meat on purpose because it creates that outside char that actually will give it all of the flavor when we thinly slice it at the end. So we're gonna thinly slice it, we're gonna see what Bill thinks, but more importantly, it's low and slow. Everything we do, we can time lapse this because that's the magic of media, but what's most important is that good things take time.
Okay, so this, what do you think, this side or this side? Right here?
It's like Tetris,
All
meat
right.
Tetris.
There you go.
So we're gonna let it sear there, we're gonna let it cook, we're gonna let it burn on purpose.
I'll talk to you a little bit about the way that we used to eat at The Simpsons back in the day.
Oh, love it.
Food became very important because there were no cell phones back in those days. So you wanted to distract yourself by any means necessary. 12 hours a day sitting in the...
12-hour a day writer rooms?
Yes, and so you would eat Oreos and M&Ms and crap all day long. Or you would smoke, back when you could still smoke inside, right? And so everybody became really unhealthy. I lost 65 pounds when I left The Simpsons.
Really?
Yes, and mainly just because of not
Because
eating
of
all day
cigarettes and
long.
Oreos?
Yeah, well, no, cigarettes help you lose weight. By the way, if you didn't know, if the audience didn't know that it's a good substitute for eating.
Okay.
But so we did an awful lot of unhealthy eating back in the day because now cell phones have eliminated the need to do that because you can just look at your phone and get the same dopamine you'd get from sugar.
Yes, right? There we go. We got a nice burn on the outside. You can smell it, right?
Oh yes, it smells amazing.
So how did you incorporate food into The Simpsons?
Oh my God, we put too much food. I need
You think every episode was a food show?
I would say there were many times when Josh and I were working on a script and we'd say, we can't, there's 4 food jokes on this page. You can't have so much food. We had to cut the food jokes out.
Wow.
So I think, food is, it's one of the few things that humanity has in common, is that we all eat food. And many of us tend to like interesting tasting food.
There we go. Flip it.
So, it's a good
There you
area
go.
for jokes.
Everything in a business is a chance for a story. Every single company here, they're big companies, and the chances are probably their content and their social media sucks.
Yeah.
And that's generous. But what we do is we work with other business owners to have them not just make business videos to get people to come into their restaurants, but also tell stories about all of the things that we use. Because if you open up more restaurants, you need more ovens, you need more mustard, you need more products, you need more toast point of sale equipment. And there's a lot of people out there that are looking for cool shit to use. And that's why people watch your videos and watch your content.
Also because I like to look at how handsome I am. That's it's eye candy.
Eye candy, that's right. Hobart, How often do you use this? How many times? Every day?
Every day? Yeah.
Every day. Every day, Hobart. Go ahead. We're slicing tri-tip. The ultimate test.
Oh my God. This is so
Don't
good.
bullshit us.
Well, it could be better, but
It could be.
no. I mean, this is delicious. It's so flavorful. And it is a very distinctive cut of meat because, like, it's tender in an interesting way. And it's very flavorful. It has just a little bit of fattiness throughout, but
Yep.
just a little bit. And whatever seasonings you used on this also are coming through. It's really terrific.
So you left Comic-Con all the way to try some California tri-tip. Is it worth it? Worth the trip?
It's so worth it. It's so worth it. This is so much better than anything. Well, first of all, it's so much better than any of the food.
We
at
should be
Comic-Con.
serving it down at Comic-Con.
Yeah, you should. You make a fortune.
We should be. Comic-Con, if you're listening, we're open and available.
You know what you
Weirdly
could
available.
also do? You could just bring 3 or 4 folding chairs and charge people $50 to sit in them for 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You make a fortune.
With an umbrella?
Extra for the umbrella.
Extra for the umbrella. Shade.
So I've never seen one of these slicers. I worked in a deli for about a week. We didn't have an automatic slicer. You had
Yeah.
to do it by hand, right? And people would always come in and ask for extra thin sliced stuff.
Yeah.
That I hated to do because you were also in. It's hard to do it, and you're also in danger of cutting your finger.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So one time, this guy came in and asked for like 2 pounds of extra thin sliced roast beef.
Yeah.
Which is hard to slice anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And the first slice I kind of got off pretty good. The next slice was one slice this thick. And then I folded it up and I gave it to him. He must have got home. It was thicker than a steak. He got 2 slices of roast beef, one thin, one an inch and a half thick. The other good thing about this deli was that you couldn't sell, they had cheesecake, and you couldn't sell pieces that were broken. So if you just happened to break a piece while serving it, then you could eat it yourself. So there were a lot of broken pieces of cheesecake going around.
There you go. Well, what's the best place for people to follow you, to subscribe to your content?
Follow me at that Bill Oakley on Instagram. I post stuff on my stories every day, snacks, food from around the world. People mail me things. And then I do videos every week or so on my main channel, all sorts of other stuff, food from all over the place. Sometimes it's fast food, sometimes it's frozen food, or something else that just strikes my fancy, but I want to give a try.
That's awesome. And also check out his Restaurant Influencers interview. That is on Entrepreneur. Join our community. We have digital hospitality calls on LinkedIn. You can connect with me at Shawn P. Walchef. I'm weirdly available. But if you're a business owner and a creator, we have a community of people all over the world. We work with the biggest brands. We want you to grow your business. We want you to be a better storyteller. We're working every single day. That's why we find people like Bill that can help us better tell our stories. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next video.